I am joined by my fellow teammate, George Zhang, who's one of the 16 people who qualified for the $3,000 championship this Saturday. George, you took down the very first webcam circuit event with Void Rodan. You were like the OG Void Rodan list, and you were like the budget list. Like your whole list was like under $100. So I still feel like it's the coolest Void Rodan list that there's been. And some other cool announcements about George, by the way, to everybody watching this before we get to the questions. Number one, you designed a fan set for the My Hero Final War arc, and you're in the process of getting those cards to play at Nationals, right?
Yeah, that's correct. The uh, plan would be that I would get the fan cards printed off, and then I don't know what we would do, but maybe just play some casual games. And yeah, I'm really excited for that. So it's still kind of in development. I'm still working on tweaking things, but I've been getting some tests in with some other community members, and that's been really helpful for getting it there.
Yeah, we played a couple games and there were some very, very neat concepts in there where it was like, man, Universe just needs to hire you, but it's too late because you're working on Star Wars Unlimited now as a developer.
Yeah, that happened recently. I moved from Z-Man games to it's really Fantasy Flight Games and Z-Man share an office, so it wasn't actually that big of a shift. But um, yeah, so yeah, my professional life is also very involved in the collectible card game space now.
Nice. Okay, so how did you first get into universes?
Yeah, really, I really like My Hero Academia, and so like when I found out that there was a collectible card game for it, and I'm not even sure where I found out that, probably an ad or something. I just looked it up and then saw that there was a locals and drove there and had a lot of fun at locals. So then I started going there regularly, and that got me hooked.
And what set was that?
That was probably around like set two. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, yeah.
So we joined at like the same time. All right,
Mhm.
so since your time joining, what's been your favorite character to play and your favorite attack?
I'm gonna have to go with overhaul, and that's kind of a biased answer. But yeah, I really enjoy like kind of the planning, and really what set apart overhaul for me is just like everything you felt very in control of your own stage. Um, and like you were able to really if you wanted something flipped, overhaul flipped it for you. If you wanted something face up, you can use overhaul to build it again and again. So just like having full control of your stage. And then favorite attack, just to go with the overhaul theme, probably repeated 100% smash. I was a big fan of leading with this card as the first attack, just because you commit passing the torch and ready it up. So it's still like good early, although obviously as a string under it was pretty brutal too.
Yeah, and then early now you can do rifle arm. Commit rifle
Mhm.
arm for 3 speed and ready it up. Or if you check poorly, it doesn't hurt. Um,
Mhm.
all right, yeah. For also those who don't know, you are a reigning national champion. You destroyed me in top four of nationals last year, and then you destroyed Carson, who's also on the team in finals, to take down the national championship, and you did it with a repeated 100% overhaul. So there might be some good feelings still from that deck.
Yeah.
But you were also playing crazy. You were playing crazy like you were playing that Toga card that I have never seen in a competitive deck since then. I can't even remember the name. Is how
Dab.
Needle Stab. Yeah, that's it. Needle. Yeah, you were playing Needle Stab like in the main board. So you still had like a flair on it. You weren't like a like super cringe overhaul list. There was some extra stuff going on. All right, give us your hottest UVS take. Something that you firmly believe, but everybody watching this is going to argue with you about.
Yeah. Hmm. Not too sure, honestly. I don't think I have that many hot takes, I guess. I guess I, I I guess I might say mm, like I think backups are really weak and could be pushed a lot more. I don't know if that's particularly hot, but I have gotten into some um, arguments over that in discords. I really think the way backups work, where like there's just this built-in penalty where if you build a backup, your opponent at any time can just grab momentum, and that's a pretty big downside to running backups. And in comparison, I feel like a lot of the backups we have are nowhere close to the power level of like Cape of No Return or something like that. So um, and you would think that given the built-in downside, the backups should be stronger than assets, but I think the opposite is true. So I guess my hot take would be backups really suck and should be better.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get behind you on that one though. I'll join the crowd. Like backups should be better than assets. You can attack a backup. You can get free momentum. You can get free on damage abilities against a backup. Wait, I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, your fan made set of MHA. You were having backups, and
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't play with it. I just read it, and it was like, if this character has eaten a backup or something, it was crazy. It was something really cool. What was that? It was like eating something.
There's a cycle of backups, and they're all memes. So the one you're referring to, you have to eat something, and it's like a Momo card because she is like making the pieces for the coffin in the sky that they're trapping Shigaraki in. Um, and so to fuel that, you have to eat something. Yeah. So, but obviously, like it's kind of like the freshly cut grass, like the compliment arrival cost. Here, the
Mm-hmm.
cost is you have to eat something.
That's very very cool. Um, what's my next thing? Oh, what's an IP that Universes should add?
Um, I've suggested One Punch Man before. Apparently, there was already a collectible card game that did that, but I think that could be fun. So, yeah, One Punch Man.
All right. I watched the first episode of One Punch Man. I think I got the concept. He does 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and then he takes down everybody and feels melancholy. But I didn't go past episode one.
Yeah, it's a very it's like a satire, but just a really funny show too.
Yeah. Okay. So this question, complete the sentence. If I were to quit playing Universus, it will be because of blank.
Yeah, sure. Honestly, I don't think I'd ever quit the game, but I've been thinking about potentially taking a break just because when you play like a ton of universes constantly, and it's like it kind of takes over your life a little bit, and so I definitely have been thinking about a break at some point, but I love the game, and I don't see myself ever leaving completely. I'd want to follow up on news and play at locals, even if I did take a step back. So we'll still see. I want to finish this season and then see how I feel, just because I've been going to all the regionals and doing a lot this season. So I wouldn't want to just like quit now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have to give us an opportunity to beat the reigning national champion. You have to.
yeah,
You got to defend your title. Yeah. If you win nationals, then you have to defend your title again for the three-peat. You can be like the Kansas City Chiefs.
right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like my Nationals win last year was really, really lucky. So maybe if I get really, really lucky again, but I do, yeah, I do want to show up. I really enjoyed Nationals last year, so and it
Yeah.
sounds like they're putting in a lot of work to make it really fun this year.
Yeah. Um. Oh, last thing. Yeah. What character are you playing for the event? And then what character do you think will actually win the event?
I'm probably gonna play Burt Holt too, and the reason is it's kind of like the lazy choice because um, yeah, I mean, like in theory, you can build a deck that counters him, but it's also kind of easy to just join him. So, yeah, I don't know. It's like Um, yeah, so Bertolt 2, and then I don't know what will win, but honestly, it's probably not Bertolt 2, just because I think everyone is aware that Bertolt 2 is gonna, be there. So, um, yeah, but like the nice thing about Bertolt 2 is I think like, and you've said this before too, and I agree with this take, is that he's very coin flippy, especially if he manages to flip and then survive, and then like that's a really powerful uh, game state that he can usually get to if he's going first, and that can be any deck in the game. So yeah, you can never count Bert to out completely, even if everyone's out there countering him. But yeah, I think someone will probably bring a deck that's like just fully countering Bert, and then maybe that's Godzilla or something, and then that will win.
Yeah, yeah, you're gonna Bert's like that. You're gonna have a Bert that just wins every coin flip and they just crush, and it didn't matter that you played answers and a character with a good matchup. Um, they just got you. Yeah, so many things. It's like, okay, I think I have a good Bert matchup, but it really depends on me winning the die roll.
Hmm.
At least your style of Bert, where your style is like the turbo build,
Yeah,
SWAT, the Colossus SWAT, and well, I won't spoil it, but you got some cool stuff going on to look forward to. Like that other Bert 2 decks, I would venture to say their attacks are probably 50% different from your attack lineup.
yeah. From what we've seen from like the past webcam event, I think the deck has evolved for sure. Most people seem to be on SWAT now. I'm still trying to find my fourth copy. Hopefully, I'll find it.
All
Yeah.
right, I'll next day get you one. No, I actually don't. Actually, I saw them. They were sold out on TCG, and the Pearl SWAT was like the same price as the normal SWAT, and so yeah, now there's only like Pearl SWATs available. Um, anyway, that's one on Market Watch to watch out for that one. To watch out for the price of that one. This opening weekend is probably the lowest point that price is going to be. Well,
Yeah.
before I let you go, George, any shout outs you want to give? Any final thoughts?
Um, sure. Yeah. I mean, like, shout out to you for putting together the webcam series and doing a lot of behind the scenes work to hype it up and get it ready, and then not playing in it to make sure it runs well. So, yeah, thanks to you and shout out to you, and then the team as well for just like practice help and testing, and then I guess my locals at Level Up Games in Minnesota, and then my former locals at Boar's Hat Games. I always shout them out because like Boar's Hat is where I learned the game, and Level Up is where I continue to play the game. So yeah, without them, probably wouldn't be here.
Perfect. Yeah, and I do feel a ton of FOMO. I really wish that I was in your shoes and I got to play in the events. But that's okay because it's also fun to watch you guys, fight it out at low pressure environment. I can just chill and commentate. But very much enjoying to looking forward to seeing all the spice that y'all bring. It's going to be a big forerunner for like nationals, and everybody's bringing the best of the best decks that they have because this is some serious money. $750 to first place. So if you want to root on George, Tam Cardwell's Twitch this Saturday, December 7th, 10 a.m. Central Time, 5 rounds of Swiss, cut to top four, 7 rounds straight of non-stop best player in the game action. See you there.